There are over 10,000 cults practiced in the United States alone. People seeking a new belief and a new lifestyle are promised a place where they can be known and understood, a place where there is community and purpose. So, why are cults dangerous? What is the difference between this and any other community? The answer lies within the practice of the power. It's important to understand the manipulation tactics that these groups use. I've gained a well informed stance on the psychological methods, and when individuals recognize these signs, they're at less risk of the dangers that come with the manipulation and possible abuse that cult leaders may have their members endure. Although they may come across as very welcoming at first, the psychological impact is immensely dangerous when joining such a community and continuing to stay in that kind of environment. Anyone can be receptive to the agenda of cults. However, those who become interested in them are often portrayed as isolated, desperate people in mainstream media. This is not always the case, especially with the cult called the Children of God. They were very prevalent in the early 70s, and as long as you just affirmed your belief in Jesus Christ, you were promised a place in the safe haven. Easy enough, easy said, come on in, right? No. Generally, cult leaders will use manipulation tactics at both a conscious and subconscious level of understanding in order to gain more followers for their own agenda and control over the cults. Now, these followers are not able to decipher the reality of truth and the lies that they've been conditioned to believe in these kind of groups. Oftentimes, these people are idealistic and curious. They are educated, but also seek change and are open-minded. So with that open-mindedness, people are in these positions of power will not only take it to their advantage, but corrupt them for control. And according to the news segment provided by 48 Hours on the CBS News Network, any community that has pressure to be a part of it is a major indicator for unsafe circumstances. Preaching and pushing a narrative onto people to the point that they feel the inclination to abandon everything of their past and anything associated with it is a telling sign. The act of leaving behind one's entire life and family and becoming fully immersed in this new group and new family, so to speak, completely correlates with the seclusion forced upon them. If the group recognizes the separation from not only society but the hierarchy of power, then an imbalance is created with the people that are being controlled. So therefore, these manipulation tactics are crucial for consistency on the leader's side. The Children of God is a great example of this predatory behavior conducted by those in leadership roles. By using popular alternative media and appeasing to the youthful Americans, this cult grew to a global scale of 130 communities worldwide in 1972. Singing their praise was not just an unusual activity for them. In fact, they had a band purely designed for the recruitment of the group. The folk genre gained so much traction for this counterculture religion, and John Berg was notoriously associated with it, so much so that you find a lot of references to his preachings and his letters and writings in the music that they play. This is a clip of a group of girls singing all together outside during one of the cult gatherings.
With Dad, I don't want you to leave. And if we fall and start to carry it on, at least we'll try with all of our heart. But before you go, we just want you to know, oh Dad, we're gonna carry it on.
Oh Dad, we're going to carry it on. It's the last line in this section of the song, where they're not referencing an omnipotent being, but rather the leader, John Berg. He was notoriously disgusting for the methods that he used for recruitment. Now, while this one is a nice and lighthearted song, you can tell that the underlying purpose and meaning of it is to brainwash and to convince these people that who they are as an individual is bad, and they should blame themselves and try to repent, so to speak, under this new ideal and new concepts presented to them. Generally, these cults will use manipulation tactics at both a conscious and subconscious level, as we've previously stated. This is thought reform that is also known as brainwashing, and this is done across all cults throughout any culture. Indoctrinated members join cults under the impression of growth and togetherness, but later on are trained to shift and adapt to whatever rules the deceptive practice is placed that is placed onto them. So those who find themselves in a cult may be in too deep with the constant brainwashing and mind games. It's no surprise they are terrified when they're forced to leave. Fun fact, Joaquin Phoenix, he was born inside this community at the age of 3. His family and him left. However, the idea of that was so daunting to them. These cults, they exploit you in every aspect, especially financially. So going back into society without anything to show for yourself was scary, and not only isolating within themselves, but isolating with the cult members. Anyone can fall into these traps of cults and lose themselves in these beliefs. And to this day, the family still exists under that name instead of Children of God. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day.